Today, we're going to talk about how to beat jet lag. Check this out. Last night, just got back from South Korea. I want to teach people a way to my wife and I beat jet lag. Coming back, there are a lot of hacks that we do. We do travel international a lot, and people wonder how we're able to beat jet lag in 1 to 2 days. There's one time where we had no jet lag at all. Yeah, these are just simple tips. With my doggie, she's so happy that we're back. She's just so grateful for her pond. She stayed with her grandparents, Melissa's parents, who took some time with her. They're retired, so she's with them all day. But today, she's just enjoying her pond. She thinks this whole pond, if you watch my videos, she thinks this whole pond in our house is all her backyard. The first way I want to share is going outside and getting fresh air. Fresh air helps you reset your circadian rhythm. That's the one thing my wife did when she got home yesterday and she took Bella out for a walk. I was feeling a bit tired right this morning. Woke up, went to bed right away the same time as it is here in Canada, and I woke up in time. I woke up 1 hour earlier than I usually do. Actually 2 hours earlier than I do. There is a bit of jet lag, but that's the one thing we do. Another thing is we stay hydrated. We make sure we drink lots of water and we're not drinking so much caffeine. When we drink so much caffeine, it can keep us wired, not tired. And if you really want to drink something, you gotta drink some chamomile tea to calm your nerves right before bed. If it's a daytime, like for example, we went to bed last night, it was daytime in Seoul, Korea. We were just going about to bed at 9 p.m. And we were able to just fall asleep right away. It's because we were on the plane last night and barely got some sleep. And also I noticed yesterday I stayed up. Calgary's time was during the day. So on the plane ride back, even though it was nighttime in South Korea, I stayed up on the plane. So that's like a hack. I did take naps. Take naps when you're tired here and there, but it doesn't mean you have to sleep right through. And this is a huge hack that my wife and I use. And I don't know for any of those who don't believe in these type of remedies, but we use a remedy called no jet lag. No jet lag is a type of homeopathic remedy. Some people don't believe it. Apparently homeopathic's been used by centuries by different royalties and things like that. Homeopathic, how it works is they get a frequency that's the same as the frequency that you are trying to fight. So for example, we were trying to fight jet lag, so they find different plants or different herbs that have those frequencies. And if you think about how it works, is that a homeopathic is, just think of an opera singer. When an opera singer sings and it shatters glass, that voice has the same frequency of glass. That's why it shatters, because it cancels each other out. Bella's so happy. That's probably the one biggest thing that we've used. We used it almost 10 years ago when we first went to Africa, South Africa, Zimbabwe, because that was one of the furthest flights we've ever taken, or different time zones. We had jet lag, I think, for just a day. This was like 10 years ago and we still live by it, especially if we're traveling international. Not so much if we go to America, not so much even in Hawaii and things like that, but Asia, Europe, Africa, for sure, we make sure we take that. South America. South America is not too bad, especially if we fly right down. Bella's loving it. Yeah, I just wanted to share that because I know some people like struggle with it. Like my parents, they're retired, but when they come from Asia, they're jet lagged for almost like a week. I have a cousin who's jet lagged for almost 2 months, which is pretty bizarre. Anyway, it's just one way to just make sure, you're fresh for your belly. You're so independent. You're like going by yourself. My doggie is so independent. Oh, she didn't even come. Sweetie. Another thing we do is we give our body nutrients. I make sure when we travel we have our vitamins. Magnesium is a big one. It really helps you sleep and relax, and really not focusing too much on eating certain things. I noticed we cut out a lot of, while we're on the trip, we have sugar, things like that, but during the time we have jet lag, I noticed we try to do our best to eat more natural, get natural light. We're lucky that when we came back for work, especially when it comes to work, do your best to take 1 or 2 days off before, if you can. But if not, try to book it where you're coming back before a weekend so you can have some rest there. So we're lucky that when we came back, we're actually working from home today. We have less jet lag coming back from South Korea, but we're feeling so much better. Just having that extra day working from home, that's nice. So we're grateful for that. Also, we also set up our life to just, my channel is to help brighten your mind. I see a lot of people, not just in the corporate world, but in jobs, like being unhappy, doing things like that. But if you have a thing called rich life, is what I learned from Ramit Sethi, is I used to like spend money on things I thought that really mattered. Expensive clothes, expensive things going out, just things that I felt like were filling a void, instead of just using that money to spend on my rich life, which is international travel, because I just love it. I love exploring different cultures. And sometimes I'm thinking, what should we move to somewhere? And then right now I'm really happy with my doggy and my wifey, you know, just being happy here in Canada. Like Bella is just such a happy dog. Like you should have seen her yesterday. She just looked like a little teddy bear, just so happy, just grateful to be home. But right now I'm happy where I'm at. I do work a corporate job still. But a good thing about that is that I do have the funds and vacation to take where I want to take. We also set up a life where we just make sure that what we don't spend, we also invest so that money works for us rather than us stressing out about how we're going to pay for things or things like that. We're at a point where we can be able to afford things like this. And even when we travel, I'm like laughing because my wife, she's like, do you want to go to the pub or do you want to get a beer or a drink and drink in our hotel? I was like, we did this over 10 years ago. We have way more money now and we're still doing it and we still enjoy it. So that's the hack that we do as well. It's like, even though we are increasing like our health, wealth, and income and things like that, we're still spending maybe even less than what we were before because we're just enjoying our time with a little fur ball. Hi, sweetie. I will be doing a video on the benefits of travel. If you click my video up here, I talk about the benefits of travel, learning about different viewpoints and different things like that. Especially visiting South Korea. We got to go to the DMZ, the only demilitarized zone in the world. So we got to see North Korea from afar. And we were wondering why they became so isolated. The whole video on that, historically, the isolation was so they prevented other countries from colonizing, which they've been colonized over and over again. So they're fear about that, but I digress. Those are the ways to beat jet lag. Honestly, that's the simple hack, is getting fresh air, taking your minerals, but our biggest one is probably our homeopathic no jet lag, which I will link below. Enjoy life. We're grateful back here in Canada to share. I just wanted to share this with you guys so I remember what I felt coming back from South Korea. See you in the next video.